What's going on, everyone? It's Irish Shadow here, and we are starting Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Now, before I start this, I have to show that I have already platinumed Uncharted Drake's Fortune, as I will show you right now. But yeah, as you can see, I got 100% of the Uncharted Drake's Fortune remastered trophies, which gave me the platinum, but I still have the extended trophies, which I will explain. So basically, to get the trophy, you have to beat the game on crushing. You have to get find all the little treasures and the little say relic thing. You have to get at least 250 headshots. Do like five headshots in a row. Dynamite master, blow up certain enemies. Use the steel fist combo, which is basically shoot someone and then finish them off with a punch. Get a certain amount of kills with each weapon. And then there's like speed run chapters that you have to do. But now these trophies are completely optional. Like they don't contribute to the 100%. There's no trophy, no platinum for collecting all of these ones. And they're basically like complete the game on brutal difficulty, which is completely new and exclusive to the Nathan Drake collection. Stuff like supernatural born killers. Basically just defeat 5 of the hardest enemies in the game with the sniper rifle. Cosplay. Kill an enemy while playing as an alternate character, which you get skins as other characters. Then there's YOLO Fortunately, which is basically beat the last chapter without dying on normal difficulty or higher. That's a lot harder than it sounds, because if you remember that final boss, it was kind of a bitch. Then there's the Fat and the Furious. Complete a continuous speed run as Donut Drake, which is just another costume of Nathan Drake's where he's fat. Follow the leader, compare your statistics with friends. Okay, whatever. Need for Speed. Complete a complete speed run of less than 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is kind of hard. Really hard, I would say. Like, beating the speed run as Donut Drake is pretty self-explanatory, because all you have to do is basically, in any other words, just complete the game with the continuous speed run mode. But Need for Speed is actually beating the game within 2.5 hours. Now the thing is, you can't use any like item select or any of that, weapon select, or no cheats or anything available. So, and then there's cheater activate a tweak, which is basically like fast mode or slow motion mode, shit like that. And yeah, that's basically the extended trophy collection. So yeah, we're gonna start Uncharted 2, and I am very familiar with Uncharted 2 and especially Uncharted 3. So I started Uncharted Drake's Fortune on normal, so I'm gonna start Uncharted 2 on hard. And we're gonna start a new game. So I did not tell half of what I saw, for I knew I would not be believed. Marco Polo on his deathbed, 1324. And yeah, we started off in a very weird situation.
What's going on?
Drake is pretty fucked up.
That's my blood. That's my blood. It's a lot of my blood.
lot of it might not make sense.
Oh god.
Till now. Yeah. So, as you can see, Nathan Drake has been in a train wreck. Yeah. Why is the game starting off like this? It's kind of it's kind of like the game. The story starts off in like pretty much the middle of the adventure, but then you have a lot of flashback for previous events leading up to this, and then it continues on with the events after this, and yeah, that's basically how it goes. So basically you start off in the train wreck, you don't know why you're here.
It's okay. Come on.
But it's safe to say that something bad happens. And we get our first little mechanic here of swinging on vines. And unlike Drake's Fortune, Nathan Drake in Among Thieves is a lot more balanced. Like, perfectly balanced.
Whoa.
Shit. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, he's just having a very bad day. The controls are basically the same from Drake's Fortune, except they're a little bit more tweaked for the better, I should say. But right now, like, there's a whole lot of stuff that's been improved from Uncharted Drake's Fortune. One major thing I can... oh shit. One major thing I can think of off the top of my head is combat mechanic has been pretty much revamped from the start, because there was basically like 2 combos you could do. Like square, triangle, square, and then just mashing square, but now it's a little bit more complicated. But we get a little bit of backstory leading up to the train event, so let's check this out.
Buy me a drink, sailor.
Harry Flynn? Hey! What the hell are you doing here?
I'm looking for you, mate.
Uh-oh. Should I be flattered or worried?
Maybe a bit of both.
So yeah, Drake and Harry Flynn
I've got a
used
job
to
for
do a
us.
lot of jobs
Really?
together.
The client is willing to part with a huge sum of cash if we acquire a certain object for him.
All right, I'm listening.
Now, you're not gonna like this.
Travels of Marco
Oh, no.
Polo.
No, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, you just hear me out for a second.
Flynn, we both know 2 people who were killed trying to lift something out of this
And
place.
one who made it out.
Yeah, barely.
I can't do this without you, Drake. You're the only one who's cracked it, and you know better than anyone it's a 2-person job.
No. 3, actually.
Right. And speak of the devil, here she comes now.
What?
Cloey Fraser.
Nate. Drake. Nathan. Drake.
Hello, Harry.
Okay.
Cloey here's one of the best drivers in the business.
Cloey.
She'll take good care of us.
I bet.
Right, look. I've got it all figured out. We go in through the sewer.
Loving it so far.
That puts us in the courtyard. From there, we scale up the wall, run across the rooftops, and just drop down into the exhibit hall. Bob's your uncle. And what is worth all this trouble, I hear you ask?
I didn't, but go ahead.
An oil
But
lamp.
that's it. An oil lamp.
Yeah.
It's worthless. I don't get it.
Neither do we. That's why we tracked you down.
Well, it sounds like you're working for a nutcase. Some collector who's got too much time and money on his hands. And by the way, this is not worth any of it.
But there's more.
Here comes the
How's
catch.
your 13th century Latin, mate?
Where'd you get this?
Borrowed it from the files of the nutcase.
In Trebizond, we were set upon by thieves. Father, Maffeo, and I were robbed of our greatest treasures. This was written by Marco Polo.
Yes, that much we were able to work out.
Unfortunately, the rest of it's nonsense.
Hey, hold on. So that it should not fall into the wrong hands, I concealed my great sorrow in the unlikeliest place. The light of the great Khan shelters the fate of the 13.
See what I mean? It's just gibberish.
He's talking about the Lost Fleet.
Yeah.
The Lost Fleet.
Oh, someone want to fill me in?
Marco Polo leaves China with 600 passengers and 14 ships loaded down with treasure from Kublai Khan. And he lands in Persia a year and a half later with only one ship left and only 18 passengers. Now, he recorded every detail of his journey, but he never told what happened to all those ships and the passengers.
So somewhere out there are 13 ships loaded with the Emperor's treasure waiting to be found.
Yeah, and that is what your client is after.
13 ships
Look
full
at
of
this
treasure.
map. It's covered in Mongolian script. It must have been a gift from Kublai Khan.
The light of the great Khan shelters the fate of the 13.
Marco Polo hid something inside this lamp. Something that pinpoints the site of the Lost Fleet.
And we're
So-
going to get it.
We're dicking this guy over, right?
Damn straight.
Absolutely.
Spoiler alert,
And
it's
then-
a little more convoluted than that.
What the hell? I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Exactly. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so we're back in our frozen wasteland. And, yeah, that's quite a train wreck. Huh. Still not as bad as, Pixels. But I see a treasure over here. There's my first treasure, and my first treasure is actually one of 101. So yeah, we got quite a bit of treasure to find in this game. I know where I want to say 70, between 75 and 85% of them are. But that's just because I'm more in tune with Among Thieves and Drake's Deception than Drake's Fortune. But let's see if we can get this done. Another thing about Drake's Among Thieves is it's a little bit longer than Drake's Fortune, so you know, I'm just gonna call them by like what they are from now on. So Uncharted 2 is basically a lot longer than Uncharted 1, and Uncharted 3 is a lot longer than Uncharted 2. That's another reason why I wanted to get all three of these games done as soon as possible, because like at this point we're already in November, and we're like in the ass end of November already, so that only leaves December, and then it's a 3-month wait for Uncharted 4, and I'm going to be covering that as soon as it comes out. Still alive. Okay. So let's keep going. Climb up here. And yes, as most people would know, Uncharted 2 was the only game in the franchise, I should say, that won Game of the Year. It's obviously the best of the three. I personally like Uncharted 3 a lot better. A lot more, I should say. And he's just not having a very good day at all. Yeah, he's got a visitor.
Hello. Well, so much for foreplay.
You mind telling me what the hell is going
God.
on?
You mean with Flynn?
Yeah, you might have warned me.
And missed the look on your face? Anyway, you haven't exactly made yourself easy to find.
Talk about making yourself easy.
Oh, fuck.
You're not jealous. Let's not forget who walked out on whom. After all, you don't get to be jealous.
Wait a minute, Chloe.
If it makes you feel any better, my relationship with Flynn is strictly professional.
Really?
Mostly professional.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
When I figured out he was actually on to something, I thought you'd want to be in on the action.
so what's the plan?
Just like we said. We pull the heist, we find the ships, and we make off with the treasure.
With Flynn?
Mm-hmm.
And then?
And then we split the take 3 ways, and you and I just disappear. Together, this time.
I see.
Until then, he can't know about us.
He's gonna be pissed.
He's gonna be fine. Trust me.
But yeah. So, if you're wondering what happened to Elena, long story short, they basically dated for a while, and then they split. So, yeah. Like, out with the old, in with the new. But we're gonna continue on going through our grave site that is the train wreck. And I don't think there's any treasures around. Oh, there is one. Jump! Let's grab this treasure. And it's a weird thing. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't really care. Not really here to collect the treasures, but I will if I find them. Yep. As you can see, we're in the snowy mountains of where the fuck ever. I can't really remember where it is. And this thing is basically our key item for the game, story-wise. It's like a dagger thing. To be completely honest, I don't remember much about what it is or what it does, but we'll find out about that in later chapters. And we're in Istelblar, 4 months earlier.
You sure you're up for this? Feel a lot better if I had a gun. We won't need them. A little insurance, that's all.
Flynn, they're just museum guards. And we have their patrols all mapped out. Relax.
Relax. Relax. Have you ever been in a Turkish prison, mate? If we get caught, they will lock us
Turkish
up and
prison.
throw away the sodding key. You do realize that, don't you? Better than you do. Well, you may fancy that kind of thing, but I don't. Can't afford to make any mistakes. Yeah, and we won't.
Alright. So we're breaking into a museum to steal an
We're
oil
here.
lamp. Great. This should be pretty interesting, I guess.
This way.
From what I remember, this is basically the tutorial level. To basically showcase all the
if they switch to
skills.
patrols?
Figure it out as we go.
We cannot fumble our way through this.
I don't fumble, I improvise.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah, I'm adaptable.
Adaptable.
You cocky bastard. There.
So we're in the sewers.
What did I tell you? That passage there is going to take us right under the museum.
You called it all right.
You need to have a little more faith in me, chum.
Okay, this one here is me.
All right, remember, that tower is our only way into the exhibit. But we can't even get close with those floodlights on.
We've gone over this.
Just make sure you cut the power by the time we reach the second courtyard.
The lights will be out.
Oh,
I'll have the van waiting at the rendezvous point. Just make sure you get your asses out of there in time.
Fair enough.
All right, enough chat. Let's do this.
alright.
Chloe. See you on the other side.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.